Here we go.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that have come out deeply sourced from Democratic sources that claim in your final year there was a dramatic decline in your cognitive abilities.
There's a growing concern, Mr. President, that you are in fact retarded. Would you care to comment on these claims and respond to them?
In the final year of your presidency, what is your response to these allegations, or are these sources wrong?
They are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that, number one. Number two, you know, think of what we're left with. We're left with a circumstance where we had an insurrection when I started. We did not sense a civil war. We had a circumstance where...
Wait, civil war?
We did not sense a civil war.
Oh, not sense civil war.
We had a circumstance where we were in a position that we, the pandemic, because of the incompetence of the last outfit, end up over 1 million people dying. 1 million people dying.
Didn't people die all over the world? I mean, the pandemic fucked up everybody. You can't really blame, in my opinion, you can't really blame the pandemic on Trump when it happened to every fucking country in the world. It just doesn't make sense.
We're also in a situation where we found ourselves unable to deal with a lot of just basic issues, which I won't go into in the interest of time. And so we went to work, and we got it done. And one of the things that and
Alyssa, one of the things.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
I think is that the people who wrote those books were not in the White House with us. And they didn't see how hard Joe worked every single
He works so hard. Guys, he's working his ass. Come on. He works so hard. You can't be mean to him. Come on. Who is she? It's his wife. She was probably halfway the 46th president.
day. I mean, he'd get up, he'd put in a full day, and then at night he would...
A full day? What do you mean by a full day?
Be in bed.
A full day of what?
Reading my book, and he was still on the phone, reading his briefings, working with staff. I mean, it was nonstop. It's the White House.
One thing that really assures people that there was no cognitive decline is the fact that 1 minute into the question about his cognitive decline, his wife had to take over about explaining that there wasn't a cognitive decline. Like that. That really sells it.
Is not like a job. It's a lifestyle. It's a life that you live. You live it 24 hours a day. That phone can ring at 11 o'clock at night or 2 in the morning. It's constant. You never leave it. And Joe worked really hard. I think he was a great president. And if you look at things today...
Are they going to give him a participation award at the end of this? Here, we've got a pin for you. It says, #1 president. He's AFK, yes. Oh, God. Why don't we bring him out some ice cream?
If you look at things today, give me Joe Biden anytime.
See, they should have just, you know what? They should have just had her come out and be like, for the debate, they should have had her be his translator. You know how, when he's talking to, Vladimir Putin and, they have to translate it from, Russian to English? Well, I think they'd have to translate this guy. She'd have to explain it. They should have just had her come out.
That's worth the invitation to come to the show.
Great. And he does. See, the thing is that Joe is doing the exact thing that I did in school in a group project when I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Is that once everything is wrapping up, you tell a joke to make people laugh, and then that way everybody's thinking about you, their last impression is of you, and they're going to imagine that you actually were doing what you were supposed to be doing, right? But I did this in like 8th grade, okay? Like he still got in him. No, this was always a thing that you would do, is that they would call on me because they would go down in a row, and like I obviously wouldn't know anything because it's like, how many of you guys did the assigned reading last night? Well, I mean, I was in BlackRock Foundry, okay, or sorry, BlackRock Depths back then. Like I was busy. I don't have time to read your stupid book. Like I was getting gear, I was getting loot, and so I'm trying to become a grand marshal, and you want me to read Kettra and the Rye? What is this stupid bitch thinking? And so anyway, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, of course. And so instead of that, I would always just simply tell a joke. I would tell a joke, make the class laugh, and then they'd move on to the next person. And everybody would totally forget about the fact that I actually had no idea. I never read the book. I didn't know anything. But I said the funny thing.
That's worth the invitation to come to the show.
And there it is, right? Oh, jeez. It's bad, bro. It's real bad.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that...
It's not there. And let's see.
Watching him on The View today and watching some of the interviews he did over...
Thank you for your viewership.
Yeah, I saw it. It's rare for me, but I did watch it. I will just say, watching him over the last few days reminded me that a whole bunch of people were telling
this is the Joe Biden quality.
This with a straight face that this man was capable of serving another 4 years as president.
Yeah.
And that these appearances,
he could be the president right now.
What I understand is going to be the equivalent of a nuclear bomb dropped on the Democratic Party when Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson's book come out next week. I don't know that the Democrats have fully internalized what's about to happen to them. Between what he looks like today and what they're about to report,
I am not sure that Joe...
You just said that
what did he not say?
You said that he told Kamala Harris that she could not have any distance
False.
from him.
It's been reported. He told
it doesn't
her
matter
point
what he
blank,
was.
He told her point blank, no daylight, kid, no daylight.
Because reporting can never be wrong?
Are you attacking
Well, it sure as hell was about him.
the journalism around it?
You think reporting can never be wrong?
If you want to be anti-journalism,
you come on here and you attack reporting every night.
I do not.
We actually asked him...
You're attacking reporting? Since when is attacking reporting a bad thing? I don't even understand the premise of this.
There's critical reporting about this guy, and he told her point blank, no daylight.
We asked him directly today. Did you tell her that?
You think he's ever told a lie?
I don't think he tells many lies.
Well, what about the lie about how, he wasn't going to do a pardon? Because that was a pretty big one, right? Well, maybe he forgot that he said that. I could see that. Maybe he forgot he said he wasn't going to do the pardon. That's possible. Didn't he preemptive pardon? Yeah, for 10 years.
I don't think he tells many lies. I don't think he's done a...
Come on.
You know why you don't get to laugh like that? Because you support a guy who lies every freaking day and lies continuously. You support a guy who cannot acknowledge...
This is the crash out that I mean, is that whenever people like this ever get called out, they create like this weird thing where it's like, oh, okay, well... yeah, we're making stuff up, but you're also making stuff up. It's like, oh, okay, so then you're making stuff up. All right, yeah, that's what I thought.
That he lost the 2020 election. And that lies about it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's in Jake Tapper.
Instead of debating, they do personal attacks? Yes, exactly.
We gotta go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay, yep, there we go. And, here we go.
all the projects, the benefits. How do you lead the world without having the best infrastructure in the world? How do you lead the world without having the best healthcare in the world? How do you lead the world?
What's his hand? Is the new lizard that's wearing this bodysuit, did it not fit him? They've got to get a new lizard that wears this bodysuit, man. This one didn't fit.
Without having the best education system in the world. How do you lead the world when you don't have that done? The projects.
Jesus Christ.
Lead the world without having the best education system in the world.
Oh, God.
The projects.
Oh, Jesus, man. And yeah, the F-Man too? I don't know, but yeah, it's just a crazy world. Let's see here. And that's when you change the robot. Yeah, exactly.
Shirley, you are your husband's fiercest advocate and a close advisor. And it's been reported that you created a sort of cocoon around him and kind of limited his interactions with the media and others. Do you think you could have been too close to the situation to objectively gauge whether he could handle a full 4 more years?
I was with Joe day and night. I saw him more than any other person.
Oh, look, I mean, we had Eleanor Roosevelt running the country before. I think, was it Wilson? I forgot which one it was. His wife ran the country. Like, this has happened before. It's not like it's unheard of that this happened. So it's I mean, it's not a big deal, but just come out and just like, I mean, can we just fucking admit it?
And I woke up with him. I went to bed at night with him. So I saw him all throughout the day, and I did not create a cocoon around him. I mean, you saw him in the Oval Office. You saw him making speeches. He wasn't hiding somewhere. I didn't have him, you know, sequestered in some place. I mean, that's
Wish
ridiculous.
you had.
Was that hurtful to you when they were describing you?
Old Joe is doing another one of my favorite tricks. Tell him the truth and have him laugh it off. Just say it. Yep.
In some place. I mean, that's
Wish you had.
Yeah, there it is.
Was that hurtful to you when they were describing you as Lady Macbeth and all
Yes,
of those?
it was very hurtful. It was very hurtful, especially
That
from
woke
some
him up?
of our
Yeah.
so-called friends.
Yeah.
Shirley,
Wait. He had to recharge after. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. I really hate the fact that Trump goes with Crooked Joe because Sleepy Joe was so much better. It was so much better, bro. Like, yeah. And connection down. That was 10 seconds later.
He wasn't
Watch.
hiding somewhere. I didn't have him, you know, sequestered in some place. I mean, that's
Wish you had.
All right.
Was that hurtful to you when they were describing you as Lady Macbeth?
Yes, it
And
was
here we
very
go.
It was very hurtful, especially from some of our so-called friends.
All right. Well, disabled. Bro, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of a Furby. Remember those back in the 90s and the 2000s where it's like these like weird little stuffed animals and they would just go out and say one thing and then they would just go back down to doing nothing? Yeah, on low power mode. Yeah, basically, right?